Hello.
Hello.
Week 28.
28.
Some exciting stuff happened. We are...
Lots of exciting stuff.
Yeah. Garner and Garner showed up
Mm-hmm.
to help with the divorce to Laura. And Frank tells Vicky that he's going to be moving to Collinsport because they're going to open up another office there. However, he informs her that David's likely leaving with Laura and that she will be out of a job, and she didn't know that. So that kind of worries her.
I was a little confused by the whole, because Vicky was supposed to go see Frank, and she never showed up, and he never came to Collinsport, and didn't really seem to care. And then when everything was fine again, she never went and visited him. So I thought he was going to mention something.
I'm assuming they just talked on the phone, and it didn't matter.
But it was like the whole thing was she was just so upset by all these people trying to kill her, or whoever was trying to kill her, and then she was going to go visit him, and then that just didn't happen because she got kidnapped again. And like, I guess I don't need to go visit him now. I don't know. Mm-hmm. It's just weird. I thought they would talk about that, and they never did.
They never did. It didn't come up. Well, she's kind of concerned about her job now.
Well, yeah, obviously. So, yeah, she thinks she's going to get fired because David's leaving, supposedly. So she won't have a job, but Roger assured her that he'll find another job for her.
Yeah, he'll figure it out, that she's kind of part of the family, and that they'll make sure that she can stay. So that's good.
She can take over Matthew's job.
Sure, yep.
All the heavy lifting.
Take over Matthew's job.
Handyman. Handy woman.
And Garner Sr. just kind of makes sure with Roger, because Roger's being all paranoid about Laura being back and her talking with Burke, and so he just like, but you are innocent, right?
Because I was working under the assumption that you were innocent, so why do you care? Why is this a big deal? So he was kind of being a little suspicious there.
Yep. So then we had Patterson is like looking for Roger all over the place. We don't really know at the beginning why he's doing that.
Yeah, he was tracking him down at the bar and everywhere else, and eventually came to the house and eventually found him.
Yes.
What did he want him for?
Should we say that already?
Sure.
Because the people from Phoenix had called the law people.
Police.
Yep.
Police department.
It was the police department. And said that that Laura is dead. They found her dead body in her apartment.
Yes.
Which is like, dun, dun, dun.
Yeah. So we're right about the robot.
Yes.
I'm assuming.
Yeah, there's no other option.
There's no other explanation for it.
He goes and questions Laura and asks if anyone was staying there, if she had given a key to anyone. She's just like kind of basically nope. And so he says, well, it's Phoenix's problem to figure it out who was there and whatever. So they kind of get away from that.
Yeah.
Sam.
George was happy. Patterson was happy.
Yep.
So, whatever.
Sam wants Roger to come and look at the painting. Oh, they have like arguments with Burke and whatever. Burke and Sam and Roger all argue about everything. And
they always do.
Yeah, what Laura's going to do and whatever. And then so...
Sam did another painting.
Is it another? I think it's the same one. It's just different. Although he said he was being drawn to paint. So I don't know. We don't know if it's the same painting or if this is 3 different paintings, but it's...
Right, yeah, it's a little vague on what's going on with the paintings. But
this one really looked like Laura in the fire.
Yeah.
And Roger looks at it and gets really mad.
Maggie saw it first, again. And then, then he showed Roger, and it was like spot on Laura.
Yeah, for sure. So Roger gets mad and gets out of there, and then Sam kind of gets upset and he tries to destroy it somehow. I don't know if it was unclear if he tried to stab it with a knife and to like slice it, and then he like it was unsliceable, or if he last minute decided just to drop the knife. Like it looked like he went kind of at it, but maybe he decided to drop it last minute, or
I'm not sure.
It was indestructible. So yeah, I'm not really sure what's that.
I'm gonna assume he couldn't do it like mentally or physically or whatever. Not that it was indestructible. So I think he just threw it down just because he couldn't, for whatever was compelling him to paint it, was preventing him from destroying it as well. So.
Right. So then Carolyn comes home with Burke, and they start smooching by the fireplace.
He'd given her a ride to the hotel to pick up Laura's things, which is the reason why she was in town, and so they were bringing her one suitcase, which he said wasn't very heavy. Yeah. So what even is in it? Nothing.
Who knows? Ashes.
Yeah. Probably. So they were smooching by the fire.
Yes, and then he doesn't want Carolyn to go back out into the dark and the cold to bring Laura her suitcase, so he gallantly offers to bring it, and Carolyn kind of gets a little miffed about that.
Oh, that's why he came to Collinwood.
So anyway, so he goes out to do that and goes to see Laura and kind of starts to kiss her neck and whatever. But then Roger comes in because Carolyn told Roger that he went to do that. So he comes in with a gun.
With a shotgun.
Yeah, and they wrestle over it.
It goes off.
Yes.
Just into the ceiling or whatever. And so Roger was saying he wants to kill him, and if he ever comes back, and stay away from my wife, and there's a lot of yelling, and I've never seen Roger that angry.
And then when Burke leaves, he kind of tells Laura that if he goes down, she's going down for perjury, and that it would be in her best interest to act like a loyal wife, so that Burke thinks that she's still on Roger's side and doesn't kind of try and get her to testify against him.
Do you think she will? Do you think she'll...
I don't think she has any interest in it, but who knows?
Like, if she gets her way and she gets David, do you think she will?
I think if she gets David, she'll be out of there as soon as she can get out of there, but...
Yeah. So then Burke would have to find some way to leverage that she has to tell the truth in order to get David, maybe, or before she can get David. I don't know.
Maybe.
It's not looking good for Burke.
It is not.
But we'll see if he finds a way.
Yes. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out. Oh, we were like almost done all that. Oh, David still refuses to see Laura, and so Vicky goes and chats with Laura, and they kind of make a plan, like, oh, if it's natural meeting, like if we just kind of happen to meet. So they're gonna go for their daily walk. That I'm sure that.
Yeah, apparently they go for a walk
Vicky
every day.
and David go on every day.
We've never seen them go for a walk together. She said, every day after our lessons, we go for a walk. No, you don't. You're making that up, writers.
Just make it up as you go.
Yeah.
Laura suggests they go to Widow's Hill. And so once they meet up...
Why did she pick there? They were going to go somewhere. Was it somewhere else?
Somewhere else, but it seemed very much like...
Or the greenhouse or something?
She wanted something bad to happen or something.
I
know she didn't, but it just kind of seemed like... Maybe it was just for plot convenience, but it just kind of, to me, was
so they don't have to build a new set. They already got the Widow's Hill set. So
anyway, so when she comes up, David gets really freaked out and backs up over the hill and or the cliff, and he's hanging there. And then Vicky saves him and convinces him that his mother loves him, and so he goes to her and
she's crying. And
she kind of guilted him to feel bad for her because she was crying. So he went over and asked if she really loved him, and she said yes, and so they're on their way to having a relationship, and they go to the house, and he shows her his room and
his favorite toy, and and they go in the drawing room, sit by the fire. Roger gives them some time alone. Oh yeah, they had dinner together, and
Vicky told Elizabeth and Roger Roger already knew. Told Elizabeth that he doesn't think it's his real mother, so then Roger gets upset and he shows him pictures and says, like, do you think it's really your mother now that you've seen these pictures? And he says yes, although he didn't really look like he believed it fully. And then she comes in and they look at the pictures together, and then he tells her, or she tells him about the phoenix and how it burns in the fire and it comes back through the ashes.
Long story.
Very long, yeah. And Vicky was listening, and then all of a sudden at the end, the front doors blew open, and then the doors to the drawing room, and the fire kind of jumped to life more, and so there you go. Did she
cause that, or is there something something supernatural going on? Was it just the wind?
I think it was just the wind. I think it was just coincidence, but we want it to feel like it's more.
So what is going on with her when this whole Phoenix thing and?
I don't know. I really am like, did she come out of the ashes? No, because the ashes were found. The fire was like the day she got there. It's just bizarre that possibly it's not her. I don't know. I don't understand what they're trying to get at. So I have no theories.
None.
Not really. I had a theory last week and it kind of came true, but I forget what it was now. So whatever.
Theory? Oh, well, you predicted that Burke was going to eventually go talk to her this week.
Yes.
But yeah, as far as what's going on with Laura, it is kind of weird and unclear where they're going with it or what's going on with it.
They're weird and they're wonderful.
So what are your predictions for next week?
I don't.
Nothing?
I mean, someone's got to
You think-
Someone's got to put the fire and the fire and the fire and the fire all together. There's lots of fire things
There's
happening that
lots of
people
fire
should
things.
start putting together soon. So that's
Who's going to be the first ones to start putting it together?
Vicky.
Vicky?
She knows the most. Oh, she hasn't seen
Vicky's-
the painting yet, though, has she?
No, but she might go for dinner with Maggie or something and then see, oh, what's this? Maggie will show her, like, this was a creepy thing that my dad did. So that could happen. And get her over there easily.
Yep. Any predictions for you?
Just that.
Okay.
That Vicky's going to be the first one to kind of put the pieces together. I mean, she's already kind of suspicious, or she's kind of gathering. She tends to be the one to gather all the information.
Well, that's why she's like listening at the door and things like that. So, yep. All right.
Okay.
See you next week.
Next week.